Ooh, and Ike. This is going to be interesting. I do suspect that I'm going to see. I mean, obviously, we're going to see a lot of side Bs from Bayo here. Ike, pretty Nair heavy character. It's kind of hard to catch Bayo. It's a little bit hard. All right, getting in here. Just so you know, Robo, if you're Robot Red, if you're talking, I can't hear you. Just so it's out there. Oh, pretty
No,
good
sorry,
shield.
I had to mute for a second. There was something I had to handle real quick. But yeah,
All right, perfect.
we're starting on Battlefield. Bold. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty true. It is pretty bold, isn't it? I understand that. Ike can actually get a lot off those platform conversions. Those extra few up airs, extra few nairs, they really take you a long way. Uh-oh. As I say that, that's a back air. If Bayo isn't careful. Yeah, is that Frawg is the Ike player? Is that what I'm looking at correctly?
No. Frawg is the. Oh
Yes,
dang. Here, let me switch them real quick. Now, Frawg is
that's
the
okay. All right,
Bayonetta.
understood. Fair enough. All right, so Yez, yeah, I think he had that read there, the high recovery from Bayo not catching ledge. He F tilted to be safe. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like a forward air, a back air, even an F smash if he was feeling especially bold. Looks like he's kind of getting in Frog's head. It's just a matter of time before he can make use of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just I think the fact is that this game that this type of matchup is one of those things where Bayonetta can rack on so much damage so quickly, but Ike can kill so quickly. And so
Yeah.
it's a very testy kind of
Oof, what
uppy.
a
It's a
kill.
very testy kind of uppy.
What
Being
I'm what
perfectly
I'm
honest.
waiting to see is Bayo kind of going farther off stage and really taking advantage of Ike's linear recovery. Bayo's a character that can kind of be out there for a pretty long time, and if she catches that jump, I mean, Ike's good as dead. Oh no! Okay, whew. Good low recovery.
Yeah, I think
All right. Oh wow.
just
Yeah, that
Yez
was a
has
pretty
been
good counter there.
yeah, Yez has been
Go ahead. Go ahead.
utilizing up B at a shield, and I know that there's probably some people that go, oh my god, this is not great."
Here we go. Yeah. No, it's a real move. Mm-hmm.
How do
Yeah, yeah.
I?
Thank you for that, robot. Thank you. All right, so yep, Iza kind of taking center stage here. Really, really good getting those punishes. I don't know what it is that Frog. Oh, I think I said the right names there. That Frog needs to do to mix up their recoveries, but it's looking like it's really difficult to get in here. I was saying in the beginning that it might be difficult for Yez to keep Frog out just because of the way that the sword worked. But I mean, I'm really eating my words here. It looked like he more than has the tools that he needs to make this happen.
Yeah, both of
Ooh,
these players, both of these characters definitely have the tools that they need to make it happen. The question is how is the edge guarding going to happen? Because Bayonetta can edge guard in this matchup so well, as we just saw. And
right.
so if Yez can sort of stay in that center stage and sort of stay on the platforms and work with that, Yez can absolutely do this. But if Frawg can get Yez off stage and really mess with his ability to recover, there you go. It's curtains really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Smite did it. Thank you very much, Smite. Real quick, it looks like someone in chat saying that we might be a little bit quiet. So just in case, after this match, so I don't forget, maybe we should turn ourselves up just a little bit.
Yeah.
127% on Bayo, 87% on Ike. I mean, this is rough. Like if you thought, Bayo with Rage was really bad in Smash 4, do not sleep in her in Ultimate. At the end of the day, you're right. Bayonetta is definitely nowhere near as good as she was in Smash 4. You got to keep in mind, in Smash 4, she was incredible. Having a large difference between, like a pretty good character and a completely busted character is pretty large. So don't think that Bayo is just out of the match only because she can't kill you off a single hit anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like just because Bayo can't zero to death you in like 3 seconds, that doesn't mean that Bayo isn't a threat, especially to a character like Ike. And so it's
Right.
basically we have Yez who's at 139 right now, and Bayonetta may not have super kill power, but some of her moves do still have a lot of hits to them. So it's basically going to be a can she land one of those, or can Frawg land one of those moves on Yez, or is Yez just
I'm
gonna
seeing a
up
really
all the time?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I see a really interesting 50-50 that Yes has kind of created here, where he full hop nairs, or full hop up theirs, I suppose. And then he's like, okay, so if Bale wants to catch my jump, now I'm going to up B. And it's a solid 50-50. Technically it works, but I mean, didn't really work the way you wanted it to. First game going to Frog.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty funny way to craft a neutral, but just didn't work for him.
Yeah, that's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those matchups where it's either going to how do I put this properly? It's either going to work out in Ike's favor or it isn't. Like, don't get me wrong, Frawg has
Right.
to play really well for it to not work out in Ike's favor. But if if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like if Frawg can get the
Right.
setups that
No, yeah.
Frawg needs and get the edge guard that Bayonetta would need against Ike, Frog's gonna take it, and that's kind of what we saw there, especially with the gimp that we saw for stock 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ike's just kind of one of those characters where you really know what he's going for most of the time. There's not really a lot of flashy, crazy, oh wow, I've never seen an Ike do that before kind of thing that Ike can do. It's a very, I read, and if I'm wrong, I'll probably get punished, and if I'm right, you're probably going to take a lot of damage, and that's just how the game goes.
Yeah, that's very true. I think there has been 3 times where I've said I didn't know I didn't know Ike could do that. And since then, and since those 3 times, I have not said it again. That's just kind of it. And one of those times was after the buff, like it was after the up B buff, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that kills, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, neat, and then that was it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it looks like Yez knows this better than anyone. He knows how good that up B is. I mean, it's got to be pretty hard to punish that when you can mix it up on platforms on Battlefield. Not a lot of end lag. I mean, this is the kind of different neutrals that you can see when you're tuning into these Wi-Fi tournaments or these
Absolutely,
LAN tournaments.
and also just the difference between the neutrals, because you're right, those are 2 very different neutrals. Bayonetta's neutral and Ike's neutral are probably 2 of the most different neutrals that you're going to have, because Bayonetta's looking for that up tilt, looking for that down tilt, looking for that up B in neutral. That's going to specifically get you into a combo that will keep Bayonetta in an advantage state for a very long time, whereas Ike's looking for nair. Or down tilt, basically, or as Yez has been doing, up B at a shield. It's a very simple flow chart for Ike, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have its nuance to it. It's basically memorizing percents, memorizing weights, memorizing, how far is their jump, how far does afterburner kick go, and whereas Bayonetta has a bit more technique to each step in the flow chart, I would say.
Yeah. I think what it turns into is that the neutral between these two players is probably controlled by the Ike. The Ike decides what the tempo is, and it's up to the Bayonetta to kind of catch on, to mix up, what she can do, and just kind of outsmart the Ike. It's a battle of reads, and Ike holds the cards. But the second that Bayonetta gets in, we're seeing Yez take like 50, 60, 70 damage, maybe die just off of a couple hits.
Oh,
So
definitely. And Bayonetta might hold the cards, but there's one thing that we can't forget, and that's Ike holding the sword. Ike's up air will kill at something like 90%, as we saw on Frawg's first stock. So you really have to be cognizant of the fact that just because you're Bayonetta, just because you can do whatever you want in terms of like these crazy combo strings, you will get hit. And if you get hit, you may die.
I want to point out something really interesting that Yez has been doing off that ledge. We've been seeing a lot of up Bs off of ledge from Yez, and it looks like what he was baiting out was a counter from Frawg. Ooh, that up smash. And we just saw it work where Yez got on, made it look like he was going to up smash. Yez countered, and Frawg countered, and Yez got kind of a light punish and got center stage from that. And wow, I cannot even say a sentence without one of these players popping off.
Yeah, Frawg has been doing a lot of really good Bayonetta strings, and that's working out really well in his favor. He's got Yez on his last stock in this game at 115%, and it seems like that Yez just doesn't really know how to deal with this Bayonetta. Maybe it's something about input lag. Maybe he's having trouble with the SDI. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but he can't really seem to get anything off on her.
You know something? I have all the respect in the world for Yez, but I see it. Yez is letting himself be picked up off of the ground by Frawg. We see a lot of full hops from Ike, and you're gonna be like, yeah, Ike needs to full hop, he needs to nair. Ike's got tilts. He tried shielding and doing up B, but his ground game just isn't enough. We need to see better footsies from Yez if he wants to take this over Frawg. Because right now, Frog's controlling the ground, and against a sortie, I mean, you've got a really easy time of making it work.
Yeah, and right now we're kind of sitting. I'm at least sitting here a bit with bated breath because with thankfully for Yez, I was gonna say thankfully for Yez, it's gonna be a little harder to die with a rageless Bayonetta, and then he dodges right into an up smash, and gets basically yeeted to the moon, in what we're gonna call the Bayonetta space program as Frawg takes
Nice.
game 2.
That's funny. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the technology has come so far. We sent a man to the moon. Nicely done. I Yeah, I mean, that's really what it comes down to for me is that I'm watching Yez's neutral and he's jumping a lot. He's letting Bayonetta control the ground. And I mean, Bayonetta wants you above her. That's literally the only place that you don't want to be against Bayonetta. And Yez just keeps giving it up. Yez keeps full hopping. And sure, it's gonna take a while for Bayo to get you, when you've got like such a good kit in the air. But once she does, I mean, you handed it to her. I mean, you gave her that advantage state, and now you're gonna have to lose that stock.
All right.
I
And
wouldn't
with
be
that,
surprised if we saw a switch.
I don't know if Yez has a character that he'd feel more comfortable switching to.
Interesting. I know that a lot of Ike players have secondaries, where it's just like, Ike, he does a lot. He has some weaknesses with how long some of his moves can take to come out, how linear his recovery can be. Oh wow. Yeah, I've never known just a solo Ike main. I can respect that.
I mean, yeah, it certainly does take a lot of respect for anyone who just solo mains a specific character. Just out of the fact that
Yeah.
doing so means that any bad matchups you have, you're just trying to learn the matchup. And it seems like here, what Yez is doing, he's like, all right, we're gonna go to Battlefield. I'm gonna learn this matchup if it's the last thing I do.
Fair enough. I can appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, you were talking about it earlier, Ike's kit. It's it's pretty simple. It's easy to kind of pick up. Go to Battlefield. All right, you're pretty familiar with this stage. Bayonetta is what he's not familiar with, so it makes a lot of sense that he'd want to run it back as much as possible because the information is the problem, not the characters.
It's also one of those things where I don't know if he would necessarily do better on another stage, especially depending on what Frawg bans. Like maybe I would go to
Ooh,
Smashville, maybe I would go to Yoshi's Story, but it's entirely possible that that Frawg has banned both of those stages. I don't know if there's a better stage
right.
for Yez than Battlefield based on what he has available.
Yeah, I can't lie. From what I've been seeing here, I haven't been seeing these platforms help out Yez quite as much as he might like. When he kind of gets comboed by Bayonetta, he lands on the platform, and yeah, he'll shield a couple hits. But when he like in the process of him getting off of those platforms, I mean, we're seeing it right now. He's getting hit over and over again, and it's really hard for him to get back down to that center, to that ground, that center stage. Oof.
Absolutely, but shielding that forward smash and getting the dash attack afterwards allows Yez to get the first stock in this game 3, and that's going to be really important for him. Uses the side B to make it all the way to the top platform, and let's see how much damage that he can rack up before he dies. And the answer is
Oh,
7.5%.
holy. Wow, those
Seven.
he's really not afraid to hard read that roll. Oh my goodness.
It's working out for Frawg really well this set. Just those hard reads of, oh, you're gonna
Uh-oh.
roll in, I'm gonna hit you with a
Whoa.
fist.
Hey, I want to point it out. I want my credit. I called that F smash. Whoa! Remember that first game where we were saying, Yez, he kind of got Frog's number on that high recovery. And I said I wouldn't be surprised if I saw an F smash on that ledge. Sure enough, kind of putting it all out there.
Absolutely, and I think there's certainly an issue of SDI that needs to happen with Yez, but I think there's also just an issue of DI in general. I think Yez needs to be DIing away a lot more for all of the single hit moves because Bayonetta shouldn't be getting combos out of those moves, especially when you're at mid to high percents.
Well,
And a
something funny
second
is that,
dash
we
attack
already
kill.
know how. Ooh. We already know how heavy Ike can be. Ike's buttons take a long time to come out. A lot of people don't know this. Ike has the slowest air dodge of the game, 4 frames. Most characters have faster buttons than that. So I can understand Ike getting comboed a bit more by some of these Bayo strings.
Hmm. I want to question that
Ooh, what a
statement
mix.
somehow, but I don't really care to. So we're on our last stock here in game 3.
Fair enough.
And this could be Yez's winner's stock. Like, this could be it. He could be getting 3-0'd by Frawg here. Or this could be the start of a beautiful comeback. It basically all comes down to, has he learned enough about fighting Frawg in these previous 2 games and the rest of this game in order to be able to bring it back?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, here we are at last stock. It looks about even, but hit for hit, we have to acknowledge it. Bayo's been getting a lot of damage off these strings. It's a consistency game for Ike. He's kind of running away to the other side. He needed to get that hit, and now that he didn't, he's in kind of a perpetual disadvantage. Finally, that Nair kind of going through Bayo. I actually don't know what happened there. That was interesting.
I
Um,
don't know what to tell you either. It's
oh.
is it working? I'm not sure.
Oh man, yep. Those side B recoveries really really potent. A lot of people aren't prepared for how little end lag that Ike side B has when you're just kind of landing with it. Ooh, that back air though.
Oh,
Barely.
frames away from death. Frames away from death. Yes,
Wow.
goes.
I like that. I don't know if you noticed that here. Yez was in a position twice there, two 50-50s where he was gonna die if he guessed incorrectly. The early back air from Frawg where he was reading for that early side B, and then the up smash where he was reading for the next side B. But Yez just kind of upbeat onto that ledge or side B onto that ledge, and didn't get caught. Whoa!
3 dash attack kills in one game, and that's one way for Yez to bring it back. Just remember, until it says game, you are not out of this, as Yez takes game 3 and staves off elimination from the winner's round for at least one more game.
Yeah, geez, seriously. Mm-hmm.
Whew.
I'm actually I'm trying to make sure I'm checking my statement here on the air dodge frames right now, just so I can be sure, because now it's bothering me.
Yeah, because also, I'm going to say there are a lot of characters who do not have frame 4 options other than jab.
Yep. Yeah, Ike's air dodge is frame 4, slowest in the game. Look at me go, I'm the best. Yeah,
okay, I didn't realize that there was a difference in air dodges. Also, Varanus, Izza is the dude who makes YouTubes. He has like the artist smash videos. Yez is one of Yez isn't Izza, but he's one of Izza's students, and a very well performing one at that.
Nice. I was wondering what that was about. I can respect that. He's kind of. It feels like the swordsman who's been taken in as an apprentice, and his sword has like his master's name on it. Wearing the Izza tag. There's got to be a lot of pride on that.
Yeah, there honestly is. One of the things is we've actually had a lot of opportunities to talk to Yez because with the channel that's going on the other side of top 8 right now, CR_Jetstream, we actually run Izza student brackets often. I think we've run about 6 now, and they're basically if you have taken a lesson from Izza before, and you're in his Discord for students, you can join, and usually we have about 16 to 20 people that'll show up, and it's basically just all of his students, and so there's so many Ikes and Links because those are Izza's main characters that he plays. But
That's cool.
But it's super cool to be able to watch all these players, and some of them are European, which is why unfortunately we don't get to see them a lot at North American tournaments. But Yez is a prime example of how far these students can go.
I really wish there were more players that did that. It feels like I say it again, it feels like a dojo, where it's like the anime. It's like, I learned under Izza. This is the Izza art. It's just, that's sick. Oh, Yoshi's though. Wow. That's bold. That's bold.
Yeah, I think that's a very bold move coming out from Frawg, because yes, it's still the triplat, and I suppose yes, you'll kill earlier, but so will Ike. And considering that Yez has been able to get Nair into up air at mid percents, I'm not sure that you would want to give him more kill room. Though I'm imagining that if I'm Yez, I definitely ban the bigger stages. So I definitely ban Kalos, and I did not ban this because I could do that if I'm Yez.
No, that's right. That's incredible. I'm wondering if what it is Bayo was doing really well in that earlier triplat with Battlefield. Well, Bayo can't pick that again because she won on that stage unless they gentlemen's. So, maybe she was just hoping for those triplats. She's feeling comfortable. And, maybe she was wrong to feel that way. What an early kill from Yez. And another lead. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. Because also, a lot of people are just like, yeah, exactly. A lot of people are just like, Battlefield and Yoshi's Story, they're both triplats. They're basically the same thing. No, the hell they ain't.
No, they're not.
No, the hell they ain't.
She was not dying to that up B until 100. She just died at 80. Perfect DI. Oh my God. Are we going to see a 3 stock?
You know what Bayonetta's at right now? Death percentage.
Kill percent. Yeah.
Bayonetta's a kill percent right now.
Oh, I love this.
That's the beauty of Yoshi's Story.
In the chat, we're seeing Yezer because it's Yez, so it's Yezer.
I get it.
Hey, all right. I see what you're putting down. Chat.
Straw Hat Maniac. I feel like I recognize that name. Ooh, he living.
Cross up, still not dying.
There he is.
Okay,
now he's dying. But you know what Bayonetta looks like right now? Death percent. All I'm saying is that maybe you shouldn't have gone to Yoshi's Story against the big boy sword, and also the dude holding it.
Oh my goodness, 120%.
That would have been the most solid read I've ever seen. That's one of those you leave even though you're up. That's one of those you don't play game 5 kind of reads if Yez had gotten that.
God. Is it 2-2? What a comeback. Yez really didn't care at all. Yez up bead onto the top platform over and over again on Battlefield, and Frawg just, I don't know what Frawg was thinking. Like I said in the beginning, bold pick. That was all the stocks were 80%, it looked like. 80% and lower. Jeez.
Yeah, don't like I don't know what possessed Frawg there, but you don't take Ike to Yoshi's.
You
That's
definitely
how
don't take
you
Yez's
die.
IQ, Yoshi, I'll tell you that.
That's how you die.
Jeez.
I don't care
Where
if
are
it's
we going
Mars's
here?
Ike.
Are we
I don't
going
care if it's my Ike. You don't go to Yoshi's.
I don't think either of these players can go to Battlefield yet because they both won on it. So unless they gentlemen's in chat, Smash GG doesn't let them go there.
Yeah, no.
So where are we gonna go? PS2. Yep.
PS2, I respect the option. It's bigger, therefore they're gonna die a bit more slowly. But I could see Ike not banning it because there's the side blast zones are not too small, you know. So I could see him getting some of those horizontal kills if he can do it.
Yeah. I'm wondering what Bayo bans to go here because
Well,
you know,
Yez
it probably
had
might be
bans.
Lilat.
It was Yez that banned.
Oh, Yez banned. Interesting.
Yeah, because
okay.
because
So
Yez
probably-
won, so Yez had the 2 bans.
I don't know if you know this. I actually learned this recently, but Bayo just crushes it on Lilat. Bayo's kind of crazy OP on Lilat, so
Yeah.
that might have been taking up some of Yez's.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I would imagine, based on like the weird triplat format, I imagine that he probably would have banned Town and City as well.
Right.
That's just an assumption on my part. But I definitely think that this is a good stage for both of them. At least this is probably one of the more neutral stages in this matchup.
Right. It's about as neutral as it gets.
Yeah.
I really do like, yeah, if you notice that, even when Yez gets a hit on Bayonetta, he doesn't get a lot of stage control for it. It feels like he's always on the back foot, and he's going to have to do a lot of work to make these interactions happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And even saying so, like this is pretty even right now. Like 30%, you think that's a big difference, but like that's 2 hits for Ike.
Right. Oh, going for that roll read, not getting it though. Nice. Looks like Yez is kind of catching on here. He's like, all right, I'm not losing my last stock, you know, my second stock to that roll read with up smash again. I'm going for some down tilts. I'm playing safer.
Yeah, I mean, you hope at least, because what you hope that isn't happening is you hope that Frawg isn't conditioning Yez to maybe not roll anymore, so that way he can get a different read later on.
That's a good point. Oh wow, yeah, maybe it is kind of one step ahead. You know, because I'm a player who definitely has some habits, and I can understand how difficult it is to kind of stifle that knee jerk roll reaction. So who knows what we can expect to see here? I think you're right. Wow, what a dash attack! 200%.
Yeah, he's at 195 right now. He's at max rage. You do not want to be Ike right now, or maybe you do.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we are seeing some conditioning here from Frawg. Well, regardless, this is the last game between both of these players. That forward throw, taking it out. That's yeah, a strong forward throw already. If you're at 200%, you're out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just that forward throw, especially because the reason that it didn't kill the second time is because it had been staled. So you don't want to have your kill throw staled, especially if you're Bayonetta, and that's one of your few options to kill that isn't a hard read.
We're seeing, oh wow, yikes. We're seeing Bayo doing a lot of what looks like up throw on Yez, and looks like a 50-50. She read the air dodge on the second up throw, but it looks like her timing was just a little bit off, which is unfortunate. Oh, scary. No punish either.
50-50s are pretty scary, especially when you're a character like Ike, because you have to choose and hard commit because you don't exactly have the mobility to maybe, you know, halfway through go, you know what, maybe I want to do the other option. So so you kind of just got to be like, well, I hope they didn't predict me doing this one. Got to do the coin flip.
I think that uh-oh. Oh no, he's not dead, is he? Okay, yeah. It looks like they're going for damage, not going for any kind of DI, you know. Oh, you weren't on your toes, so I get an early kill kind of thing. 123%. I mean, that back air, you know, less than center stage, so you're not getting the kill. Something that I was kind of noticing from Frawg, it looks like he's respecting Yez's smash attacks just a little bit too much. Maybe Yez is catching Frawg off guard with it. Ooh, good kill with back air. But, you know, like Ike's smash attacks, they come out less fast than Ganon's, and they have about the same end lag as Ganon's smash attacks. So something that a lot of people, yeah, there it is, don't understand is that you can get some free punishes on Ike if they get just a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because also, I don't actually think that Frawg is doing that. I think Frawg is actually giving the amount of respect that you need to. Because if you're Bayonetta and you're at 89% and you get hit by like a 60% charged up smash, you might die. So I think he's giving
That's
the
true.
right amount of respect that he needs to for this matchup.
Mhm. Oh, sorry. You know what? You know what? I misspoke. Respect wasn't the word. It's the punishes. Looks like she thought that there was a bit less end lag on those things. But
Oh yeah,
when I'm looking at it, it looks like Frawg is kind of catching on. We've seen a lot of up Bs from Yez, and there's that dash attack. That step back dash attack. We're seeing some stuff from Frawg where it's like, I let you get away with that up B, those smash attacks before, not anymore.
yeah. There's that step back, and I think we're seeing a little bit of lag here. Unfortunately, just a few things. I hope that doesn't affect the players too much. But we're seeing Yez just sort of capitalizing on the momentum that he seems to have right now. 90%, a little bit of rage, getting Bayonetta to 50%. We're going to see what Yez does with this. Yez is just trying so hard to make sure that they don't get grabbed, to make sure that they don't get caught in a witch twist. They are slowing this down a little bit so that way they can control what's happening. And it is so close right now.
Absolutely correct. We're seeing a lot of confidence from Yez here, where Frawg will take, or excuse me, from Frawg here. So Yez will take that center stage off of an up B out of shield, and then he'll see Frawg near him, and he'll kind of step back, give him some space. Oh, and Frawg will just keep walking forward and take that space. Oh no!
Just barely
Yikes.
doesn't kill. If he does that again, it might.
Yeah, those dash attacks are really, really powerful. I mean, we almost saw 3 dash attack kills in a row from Yez. Uh-oh.
That's why he does that. Yeah, there's super armor. There's super armor on the up B, so he won't get hit by that, but he gets hit by the bear, and the bear is going to take it. And Frawg narrowly avoiding the reverse 3-0.
Man.
Frawg is going to take it.
Yeah, game 5, last stock, last hit. You can't ask for a better game. I was on the edge of my seat, literally speaking. I couldn't chill out there.
Yeah, you can't see what's happening, but Jet was standing right beside me with his hands on his face, just like if it was safe for